When I was in high school, just starting to drive, I began helping out with deliveries for my dad's business. Most of the deliveries were local, within town, but occasionally I'd have to venture out into the rural areas. This was decades ago, long before online shopping was a thing. My dad's business dealt with mechanical and computer parts, which were harder to come by back then. So he'd order them for customers and either have them picked up or delivered. Around the time I've been doing this for about a year, I started having trouble with a group of guys at school. They'd give me a hard time because I had access to my dad's car, but wouldn't give them rides. My dad had strictly forbidden it, and he wasn't the kind of man you want to cross. So, when I turned them down, they started being jerks about it, mocking me whenever they got the chance. Honestly, I didn't mind working more often. It gave me an excuse to avoid them and spend time driving, which I enjoyed. I wasn't dating or anything, so the solitude was a welcome escape. One day, I got an unusual order, a computer part with just a phone number, no address. I called the number, and the guy on the other end gave me detailed directions to his place, way out in the hills. It was already getting dark, so I offered to deliver it the next day, but he promised a generous tip if I brought it that night. I couldn't say no to that. Driving out there was nerve-wracking. I wasn't used to nighttime driving, especially not on narrow, winding roads in the middle of nowhere. The darkness felt oppressive, and I couldn't shake the feeling of unease. By the time I reached the house, I was already on edge. The place was eerie. The mailbox was old and rusted, but the numbers matched the address I'd been given. The house itself was dark, no lights inside or out. The driveway was overgrown, so I had to park on the road and walk up with a flashlight and the package. As I made my way up the yard, I couldn't help but feel like I was walking into a horror movie. The house loomed ahead, silent and foreboding. Halfway up, a light flickered on inside, and for a moment, I felt relieved. But then the front door creaked open, and a figure stepped out onto the porch. The man was backlit by the light, so I couldn't see his face, but I could clearly make out the rifle he was holding. My stomach dropped. We stood there, frozen, staring at each other. I took a hesitant step forward, and that's when he raised the rifle and pointed it directly at me. Panic set in. This couldn't be the guy I'd spoken to on the phone. My mind raced, trying to figure out what to do. Before I could say anything, he started yelling, loud, angry gibberish that I couldn't make sense of. His voice was harsh, almost animalistic, and it sent chills down my spine. Instinct took over. I dropped the package right there in the yard and bolted back to the car. My legs felt like jelly, but adrenaline pushed me forward. I kept expecting to hear a gunshot, to feel the impact of a bullet, but it never came. When I reached the car, I glanced back and saw the man standing in the yard, still holding the rifle, but not chasing me. I didn't wait to see what he'd do next. I jumped in the car, started it up, and sped away, my heart pounding the entire drive home. When I got back, I told my dad everything. He listened, his face serious, and assured me I'd done the right thing. I wasn't sure if he fully believed me, but he didn't press the issue. It wasn't until much later that I learned what might have really happened. A former friend, who'd fallen out with one of the bullies at school, told me it had been a setup. The bully had ordered the part and given me the address of his great uncle, a man known for being fiercely territorial and unhinged. The plan was to scare me, or worse. The bully knew the old man would react violently to a stranger on his property.